Hello and welcome back to another video about Honkai Impact. Today we are going to continue with the main story. After last episode we finished chapter 25 EX, Immortal Blades. We will now begin with chapter 26, The Birth of Tragedy. And the overall chapter thus spoke Apocalypse. Let's begin. And from what it seems like, we have a big map now. And appear to unlock. Check unlocked story segments. You can view the stories that happened before. Was here. Okay, and here I can see the we see the progress of each of the chapters. Yeah, but we start with chapter 26 now. Go to map. And we have Theresa as character. The girl's consciousness slowly floated up from the abyssal darkness. Her most vivid memories played before her eyes. Who is he? Did I kill him? The girl was grief-stricken. Although the memories were fragmented, the pangs of guilt had tormented her for a long time. The victim must have been... No matter who the handsome man lying in the pool of blood was, the girl had let him down. A drop of water fell onto the girl's cheek, awakening her consciousness. The man turned his vacant gaze to something behind the girl. The girl wanted to turn around to see what he was looking at, but her body wouldn't respond to her commands. So he was... But why does it seem like he's crying? Was it because of that promise? I can't witness that moment. I didn't know it would matter so much to you. But I can tell that you aren't looking at me. What is it that you are so upset about? Another drop of water fell upon the girl's cheek. She lost consciousness once again. Relax, you were just having a nightmare. A calm voice seemed to come from far away. The girl tried to open her eyes, but all she saw was darkness. You haven't recovered your eyesight yet, but don't worry, that's normal when waking up from such a deep hibernation. The mysterious voice gradually filtered into her dream. In about an hour, your body will regain its function. Before that, I want to give you some basic information about the current era. Right, do you know who I am? If you do, try to nod your head. The girl tried to remember how it felt to move her muscles. After a few seconds, she managed to nod her head several times. She felt like stretching, but her arms still wouldn't obey her commands to move. Excellent, there's no need to rush. Your limbs will regain mobility with time. Anyway, I have some information to share with you. Currently it is May of 2017 AD. Sorry, putting it that way might just confuse you further. In other words, it is now 520 years after you entered hibernation. Over 4 months later, Friday, October 13th, 2017. What a depressing yet happy day. In 500 years, I've never seen a day like this. To fool everyone, you must pretend to be just like them. And most people will not come out from underneath their dark clouds to seek the sun. Time to meet my old friend. This might be the only weather under which she can keep a good mood. Navigation system, yeah. Yeah, makes sense how this works. And we can play Otto. Very interesting. So you are here, Shuzhan. The scenery here is wonderful. Nakamitsu told me about this place. I doubted I would have found it on my own. It seems you're blending in with everyone. Excellent. You always seem to exceed expectations. Hey, weren't you the Raksha who was insisting that I become some kind of S-rank Gregory? Do you want me to take on my new identity or not? I just was concerned that you might have trouble adapting to modern society. It's alright, for those of us in Wanderer's House, aside from microwave showers and flushing toilets, not much has changed. And of course, in this era, the average person can follow their own dreams, just like those examples I just gave. Now the world has conventions that allow ordinary people to live independently, so there aren't as many annoying rules and customs. What if so-called freedom is you faking your own disappearance over the past few days? That's my fault for letting Amber and Nakamitsu take care of you during that time. Please forgive me. I really just wanted to meet Duranda and Rita as soon as possible. I'm hoping we'll be able to learn some martial arts from each other. I'm not sure about Rita, but I doubt Bianca would turn down an opportunity to spar. Were you saying you skipped town when everyone was the busiest? I didn't want to be in imposition on everyone. Now you've finally come back, but everyone else is constantly out on missions again. Seriously, that final plan of yours, does it need to be that complicated? You could say I'm best at the methods that are most satisfying to me. You're really satisfied with those? Could it be that you're probably model? Yes, but as you know, I don't care that much about my own fate. Alright, you win. But there was something that surprised me even more. Is it true that you've found a way to cross the boundary between past and present, and you've managed to haunt every place in this town? Nakamitsu must have told you about that, but I didn't really summon the world of 500 years ago. I just used its data to create a kind of projection. It was a battlefield 500 years ago. See these ghost fires? They are projections of strong wishes from the past, lingering residue of the old time. You can simply ignore them if you're not interested. No, we are interested in them. Want to know what they have to say. Damn. You idiots, I'm Marcelia Apocalypse, the head of the House of Apocalypse, and the legitimate overseer of Schicksal. Who among you dares to kill me? Seems like it's my pitiful nephew, Marceli. He's been a puppet overseer all his life and never realized he's a chess piece for someone else. Yeah. But I think that was often the case, that you only were a puppet for someone greater. This is our final campaign and our enemy's last stand. We must not let them prevail, is that clear? The enemy may use Honkai as a weapon, but we have lived until now so that we can annihilate the enemy. Don't mind me. I should go organize the counterattack. Get moving, fool. Is this Sasha? As a child, she was shot by Schicksal's human experiments, and now in the final moments before victory in this battle. I'm sorry, Carlin. She is fighting for you, and I didn't protect her well enough on this final campaign. Yeah. Otto is really interested in Carlin. Even if I gave up Marcelli, it would do nothing more than give me a relatively dignified death. So you already knew everything that's happened, my little brother Otto? It's my sister Theresa. It would indeed be a dignified death. After all, it was one of the careful planned ways to die that you gave to Carlin. Lisa, no matter what, I never forgive you or myself. Because you and I were the ones who caused Carlin's death. Yeah. So that's the reason. Probably. That's his goal. Carlin. It's quiet here. There's no trace of interference from the scoundrels. This is a church, like a temple for you, Raksha? Yes, this place has been a quiet refuge for over 500 years. This was where my father announced I would be inheriting the overseer position, but a woman murdered him shortly afterwards. That woman was my sister, Theresa Sherwick. She also came here to manipulate my nephew Marcelli into imposing her will on Schicksal. And Carlin, this was also the place where we parted ways, and she cut off contact with me. So those ghosts we ran into did have something to do with you. Yes, they all died in Schicksal's civil war. The war was between Schicksal's headquarters under Theresa's control and New Schicksal, of which I was elected commander. So you had to go through a civil war before you finally became overseer. That's right, that was in 1491, 13 years after Carlin died, and I fled on my own. And it was then that you started to work on bringing your old friend back from the dead, right? That's accurate. As I said, when I woke you up, the time will soon be here. You aren't trying to retrieve her from the past, are you? If I could do that, it would make everything a lot easier. History is history, we can't change the past one bit. Whatever its fragments of the world or imprints of souls, these are nothing like the real world and real people. Then how are you going to do it? Are you sure you want to know? The Rangsha thought for a few seconds, then slowly began to explain. The girl was left speechless. But it wasn't because his explanation shocked her. In fact, his explanation just seemed to be a bunch of obscure terminology. The time stored in the imaginary tree could be reactivated using its inherent energy. The ability of Herrschers to control higher dimensional space could be channeled to induce a fracture in the time dimension. The girl had good reason to be doubtful. Was the stream of jargon even intelligible human language? Perhaps the subject really was extremely complicated, or maybe Otto was explaining it like this because he didn't want her to understand. I shouldn't have even brought it up. In any case, you saved my life more than once. Now that I'm on board, there's no going back now. Are you kidding? I can promise you that whatever happens with this plan, you won't be harmed. But based on what you said, a lot of other people will suffer, right? Rakshas just laughed when they had nothing to say. Then, besides paying my debt to you, I might also have to get my revenge. If you want to take your revenge now, feel free. The Raksha opened his empty hands. If someone wanted to move, they could end his life in an instant. Alright, you're playing dumb. If I give you a clean slate, then I can no longer pay my debt to you. And where I come from, such a thing cannot be tolerated. I've never heard of an S-rank Valkyrie being bound by rules of a foreign land. You... don't worry, I don't mean to argue with you, and honestly, I'm quite afraid of death. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be in this world after 500 years. The Raksha laughed heartily. It was hard to say whether it was genuine or not. You are really just... Alright, I think it's almost time. There's a news segment broadcasted worldwide that I want to show you. Huh? Slightly earlier, 8 AM MDT. A warrior named Fuhua wiped the sweat from her forehead. She had just finished her morning training and was looking forward to taking a relaxing hot shower. But she was stopped by a voice she had not heard in a long time. Good morning, Miss Fuhua. Good morning, Dr. Einstein. Did you also come to work out? Yeah, I don't feel great if I don't work out. By the way, only Western style breakfast is being offered on base today. Have you gotten used to it? Of course, today's breakfast was delicious, especially the foie gras and steak with truffles made in your mouth deliciousness. It's great that you like it. It's been quite out there lately, so the souvenir has been showing off his culinary skills. But as you've seen, he doesn't cook nearly as fast as professional, so there aren't as many dishes available. No, please don't say that. Today's breakfast was really amazing. He did have the best ingredients to work with, but it was thanks to the breakfast that I felt like working out and saw you here. Actually, the Salt Lake base is so big that technically staff and combat personnel barely get to see each other, except in the cafeteria. So meeting by chance like this doesn't happen often. Miss Fu, it happened more than 60 years ago. But when I was organizing my things lately, I came across this book, still in good condition. I think this originally belonged to you. Yeah. When Einstein pulled an old hardcover book with yellow pages out of his bag, Fuhua was amazed. 300 Tang Poems. 300 Tang Poems was a poetry anthology well known by the people of Shangsu Hu. The copyright date was 1955, the year that the North American branch broke away from Schicksal. I gave this to someone in London that year. Before you warned him back then, maybe it's best that you went your separate ways. But memories are indeed a person's most treasured possessions. At least it's that way for me. Carl, Emma, and Charles, they left a deep impression on me. They had an impact on the way I live my life even today. Of course, I'm even luckier to have good people like Dr. Tesla around me these years. Yeah, that's really great. Compared to faint memories, having good friends by your side is really a wonderful thing. Even though they will eventually be gone too, people should never reject happiness in the present because of past suffering and disillusionment with the future. As they say, people come and go, and the future becomes the present. That's from one of the poems you gave to us that year. Yes, it makes me think that man How Ewan felt the same appreciation for his friends all 2 centuries ago. Even though everyone's flame eventually goes out, whatever it is, suddenly extinguished or gradually fades away. But life has never been about the past or future. To use the language of this place, I think it's always in the present tense. Thank you. I meant thank you for taking the time to reminisce with me for a while. And seeing the easygoing way you live your life now, it's wonderful. Makes it easier to think about these decades old memories. Of course, if I could really look at the night sky with him again. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense. I guess I should go start my workout. Goodbye, Miss Fura. Let's talk again soon. It was as if a lonely bell rang in her heart. Although the girl had initiated the conversation, she was the one who looked for a way to end it. And as the warrior stood there, she felt the great significance this time of hope and peace had for the people around her. Even though the incident of the Herrscher of Dominance didn't end well, mainly because the Herrscher core was unaccounted for. Even though everyone knew more difficult challenges lay ahead, everyone seemed to be in tacit agreement that they should enjoy their relatively peaceful lives at the moment. The warm water reinvigorated her, and she was momentarily lost in thought. Warriors don't dream, and she had no personal aspirations worth putting her energy towards. This wasn't because she already had powers that exceeded those of ordinary people. Even when she was a student 50,000 years ago, she lived a simple life like this. This mindset sometimes made her seem like an unassuming person without strong opinions. Yet it was also this mindset that would later turn her into a ruthless fighter. That naive girl, that warrior who only followed orders, that dangerous celestial, that precautious glass monitor, that confidant of the Schicksal overseer. Those were all her, and yet none of them were. Who am I? This is an unanswerable philosophical question, or was perhaps even harder for her than for others. So when facing the unconventional Herrscher born from her own body, she was perhaps the least surprised of anyone around her. At least she thought she could face the spirit born from the same source as her without prejudice. Although from her counterpart's perspective, the old-timer had just provoked her again and again. 2 months ago, along with the victory, the Herrscher powers stolen by the Herrscher of Dominance returned to their original core. But this time, that shackled version of her chose to use even more extreme methods. She cut off all energy flow from the chains, rendering the core of the Herrscher of Sentience useless. She said that she didn't want to hear one word of apology from the old-timer, because these sentimental words would become a burden. I guess I'm a little worried about her having no way to communicate. But I guess this is what they call between a rock and a hard place. Just like Shayu, just like the former principal. Which reminds me, I haven't had a chance to chat much with the principal lately. I go look for her once I'm finished in the shower. And it probably Salt Lake-based landing pad for Hyperion. Principal. Oh, it's you, Fura. Are you inspecting the daily maintenance work on Hyperion, Principal? I guess so. Or you could say, I just like to keep myself busy. Although the Herrscher of Dominance core is unaccounted for, over the past 2 months there have only been 2 Honkai incidents worldwide. Even if we really destroyed the Herrscher, The period of inexplicable quiet we've had makes me really uneasy. In the previous era, there was a similar uneasy stillness before the birth of the 11th Herrscher. And what happened next? No, I shouldn't make this kind of analogy. The mistakes we made back then won't be repeated today. After all, Kiana is fine, Wade is fine, and everyone is composed, mature, and rational. What is it, Principal? Fuhua, what kind of person do you think I am? Something's been on my mind lately. As you know, my grandfather has been the Schicksal overseer for over 500 years, and he hasn't always been going against the tide. When he was young, Grandpa did a lot of right things like adopting an orphan, listening to the people, and overthrowing his school predecessor. Which makes me think maybe a lot of decisions I've made were subconsciously influenced by him. Establishing Sunfire was great. Rebelling against Schicksal Headquarters was fine, but these were all his ideas. I want to walk a different path, so I need to break free of his influence, but it seems that he's affected me even more than I realized. I'm sorry, I didn't really think this through before I started talking. Please forget all this. You don't need to give yourself so much pressure, Principal. You've done well. You should give yourself some time to breathe. This is just like a situation Ponya was in once. Totally breaking free from your family's influence is not an easy thing to do. And in the process we might doubt ourselves, become bitter or feel hopeless. But I believe as long as you go forward at your own pace, a day will come when you are reconciled with the world and you can experience true freedom. Thank you, Fuhua. But I'm the principal, as well as the captain of the Far East branch. When necessary, I must act decisively. And the Entropy has already arrested Kokoya, and one day we will have to bring the matter with Otto to a final conclusion. I don't think this is a responsibility you have to bear on your own, Principal. Yeah, I understand. Without any warning, the tactical comm device made its distinctive noise. An emergency contact? Hello, this is Theresa. Sorry to disrupt your work, Theresa. There's a new segment that Schicksal is currently broadcasting worldwide. I think you need to take a look at it. Hello to our friends around the globe. I am the overseer of the Schicksal organization Otto Apocalypse. As some of you may already know, during our lifetime the Earth has periodically undergone so-called Honkai disasters. In previous broadcasts, in order to maintain secrecy, such events were referred to as unexplained disasters. According to Schicksal's intel, Honkai arose with civilization's birth and came to prominence with its rise, and also has the ability to destroy civilization itself. But there is no need to panic. In August, Schicksal's Far East branch, in cooperation with the anti-entropy organization, extinguished the last manifestation of Honkai. In the 2 months since, Honkai events have been greatly reduced. Perhaps you have noticed in your everyday life. To me, this signifies the start of a new era in the battle between humanity and Honkai. The time when humanity will turn the tide and drive Honkai from the earth will soon be here. Honkai has already become less powerful, and a new generation of heroes has emerged. In light of these developments, everyone needs to know the truth, and Schicksal needs to make a change. In conclusion, I, Otto Apocalypse, hereby step down from my position as Schicksal Overseer and resign from the organization, effective immediately. My successor, Far East Branch Commander Theresa Apocalypse, will take over the Overseer position and will have authority over the Schicksal organization. I am confident that under her leadership, the organization as well as our world will have a bright future. Grandpa is resigning? Taking his statement literally, Otto has in fact resigned from his position as Schicksal overseer. But that isn't the only surprise. Just now we received a message from Schicksal. Just like they said on the news, they are inviting you to the old headquarters in Vienna. They will hold a ceremony in which you will take over as overseer. And then what? They've also announced that they determined the location of the Herrscher of Dominance Scroll. They want us to go retrieve it in person. Late at night, Vienna suburbs. Overseer, we've received a message from the Hyperion of the Far East Branch. Because of the time difference, key members of the Far East Branch, commanded by Theresa, will arrive at the old quarter at 15 tomorrow. Excellent. Everything is going according to plan. Even though they know very well that this is bait for them, they have no choice but to take it. After all, they can't overlook the fact that the core of the Herrscher of Dominance has been found. And then on the stage I've said they will truly understand what Otto Apocalypse is thinking. And this understanding is the most critical variable in the plan. I deal with welcoming our guests tomorrow afternoon, Overseer. No, I have a different mission for you tomorrow. As for receiving our guests from the Hyperion, I have other matters to attend to, so I will delegate that to someone else. Yes, Overseer. Alright, go get some rest. This weekend will be a long 48 hours. As the secretary who had served him for so many years quietly departed, the overseer's office was silent once again. The overseer's low mutterings could be heard more clearly. The ties have been rolled. Now it's all up to fate. Otto Apocalypse hereby confirms that he has done everything he can in this game with stakes higher than life and death, or life or death. Okay. It'd be an hour before the Hyperion lands. I go chat with Aeon for a while. Yeah, multi-targets. Let's start with Kiana. Muslim. Good afternoon, Kiana. Good afternoon, Anteri. That's right. In public settings, I should call you Principal. Did you come on deck just to look at the scenery, Principal? Yeah, I guess so. After all, later we have to face that. I wanted to come on deck to take a walk, clear my mind, and chat with Aeon. And maybe to recall some things from the past alone. Oh dear, I've really made the mood too serious, haven't I? No, it's not that bad, right? You must be familiar with European geography, Principal. Are you the snow-capped peaks in the distance, the Alps? I think that's right. Schicksal's old headquarters is located on the easternmost range. Before the floating isles were constructed, this airway was extremely busy. In those days, it wasn't just the vagaries who used it, there were also all the trading partners of the three houses. Speaking of which, the memories I saw in the Herrscher Corps, it looked like my dad also flew planes around here and her. All three of us squeezed into the same fighter. And then... until 2007, the old headquarters contained some research facilities, including the ones that produced K-series clones, right? Huh? Kiana, you remember what happened back then? To be precise, I saw it in memories left in the Herrscher Corps. It happened when I was 9 years old, so I didn't understand what was going on at that time. All I remember from back then was my old man rescuing me from that low life, completely unaware that I wasn't really his daughter. You're undoubtedly his daughter now, Kiana Kaslana. It's best to leave the past behind you. Yeah, maybe that's what my old man was hoping for, that by inheriting her name, it would have engraved her kindness into my memory. I looked just like her back then. To make a Herrscher vessel, Otto used her genes to create me, a genetically modified clone. But she never resented me for all that. She really treated me like her own sister. She wasn't just a partner to my father. She freed me from my change, and in order to protect me, she even... Yes, I know. Grandpa used to tell me that after that incident, that sister of yours was receiving specialized care at headquarters, but I know, based on the memories in the Herrscher Core, after that incident, she was already no longer in this world. The two of them fell silent for a while. From Kiana's perspective, if it wasn't for that accident when they were escaping that year, she might still be wandering, but maybe she wouldn't be alone. And Theresa knew that Siegfried's whereabouts had been unclear ever since Third Serpent had raided anti-entropy space in Alamogordo, New Mexico. We have a lot of scores to settle with that man, but at the moment, putting a stop to the series of Herrscher of dominance incidents is more important. I understand, Principal. It's just that in the past few months, I've seen many fragments of the past in that core. At moments of opportunity like this, I want to talk it over with someone who understands the situation. Please excuse my immature behavior, Principal. No, this is exactly why I say you've improved, Kiana. Before, you put on a happy face to cover up your pain and wouldn't share your true feelings with anyone. You've learned how to share your pain with other people, and that is a big improvement, I promise you. Really? Whenever someone compliments me like that, I get embarrassed. Of course, as principal, I noticed my students' improvement. The Hyperion won't land for another hour or so. Let's just watch the scenery go by. Okay, thank you, Principal. And that was Kiana. What has fooled us today? White tiger, dashing, a short dragon, vermilion dance, ember dragon. Good afternoon, Hua. Is this morning exercises? Ah, hello, Principal. I guess it's technically afternoon now. Was I bothering anyone? No, I just came by to say hello. And recently you've always been training in the simulation. It's been a while since you've done it outside, right? Very observant of you, Principal. And I wouldn't say that I'm working out right now. You could say I'm cultivating inner peace. As you know, I've met Overseer Otto 500 years ago. I've seen him do good and I've seen him do evil. I've been the victim of his betrayal and the recipient of his kindness. His good deeds and bad can hardly be spoken of together, but it makes for a confusing relationship with him. Enough about that. If anti-entropy does their best to cooperate with us, we'll all be grateful. But Principal, don't you think that the force they left at the Salt Lake base is too weak? If the Herrscher of Reason Core isn't withheld? Yes, after our conference of war, I also expressed my concerns about that to them in private. But according to Mr. Wade and many anti-entropy enforcers who were previously operating independently were assigned to the Salt Lake base, including May's partner, Mr. Koyoma Sinmal from Kokoya's orphanage, and Ada, the AI responsible for the Arrowhead recovery program. Sounds like a difficult plan. They They have never trained together, not to mention fought a battle together. But the conclusion of the conference was clear. Spreading troops out in defensive positions is too passive. We must concentrate our limited forces in one location. Luckily, weather and satellite surveillance shows no sign of Shiksa or Road Serpent deploying troops. At this point, we have to trust our own judgment. Tactical operations always scare some unavoidable risk. And with May there, the risk of Road Serpent launching an attack on entropy is very low. Yes, May has probably improved a lot in her new environment. She must be really strong to go out of her comfort zone like that. Just like you, Fuhua, you've also improved a lot. Principal, you've started to walk your own path, not to be overshadowed by others. To tell the truth, I was mostly unqualified to be a principal, but with such a good group of students, I believe there will come a day when not only for you, but also for myself, I will leave a mark on this world. Principal. Really, I'm giving myself goosebumps with this sentimental stuff. Okay, I shouldn't disturb my own students' exercises. Talk to you later. See you later, Principal. And what has Einstein? Good afternoon, Dr. Einstein, Dr. Tesla. Good afternoon, Madam Theresa. Good morning, dawn time difference, afternoon. Dr. Tesla is exhausted. I have to slap Otto a few times when I see him. Well, we don't know what Grandpa was thinking either. You're more patient than I am, Theresa. He's put everyone on this ship through a lot. He owns a debt to Joycey, Venena, and Yoashi, who spilled their blood. I'm sorry, I shouldn't complain about these things in front of you. No matter how much we hate that guy, he's still family to you. I apologize, I got a bit overexcited just now. No, there's no need to apologize. My grandfather has done a lot of things that led down Indian entropy. I just think this time he's taking his theatrics way too far. You could say that. I just have a feeling that Grandpa has slightly changed in some way. Maybe that's true, but even so, he's still one of the most dangerous people in the world. We need to make sure we're on guard against any of his secret plots. Yes, I understand, Doctor. If anything like that comes up, I step forward and do my best to meditate. Yeah, but I think it's the plan that Theresa goes there. Otherwise they wouldn't have invited her like that. But yeah, let's see what Bonnie has to say. Not this good. You came just in time, Principal. Bonnie needs your help. Huh? What happened? Principal Theresa, Bonnie wants us to divide into teams for combat drills, but we're struggling to split the four us into evenly matched teams. And on top of that, Rosalia insists on being on the same team as Lilia. It's because Bonnie refuses to take it easy on us. Silly too. How are we supposed to beat the Herrscher plus the stigma carrier without training? Rosa idiotka. If they take it easy on us in drills, then the training is useless. But is it any better if we're on separate teams? We cooperate less efficiently. Better in that case. Could it be that you two just suck? Step back, silly. I give them a lesson in self-defense. But... Okay, I behave myself. Just let me out for some fresh air. Alright, but don't bully them, okay? I know. It's not gonna kill anyone. Relax. Alright, from the bit that I heard, I think I understand why you guys need me. I can make a team with Olivia and challenge Bonya and Silly. This way the teams will be evenly matched, right? Yeah, good plan, Principal. That was exactly Bonya's idea. Okay, there's still some time before landing, and there's nothing else I need to do while aboard. Awesome, with Theresa joining in, the vodka girls will be the #1 group in Europe. Rosa, we are doing a talent show. Since Principal has agreed, let's get started. Please feel free to give me some tips, Principal Theresa. Okay. Yeah. So you know how to fight them. It isn't that hard to defeat in this form. Especially since they have this team form. Yeah, we win! Vodka girls are #1! Messiah, how can you be that excited? So stupid. But Bonya thinks that Messiah has improved a lot. You can keep up with Principal in combat. That's pretty good. Did you hear that, Lilia? Bonya said it herself. At least you didn't make yourself dizzy this time. Hey, that's uncalled for, Bonya. Told you, as long as I don't get dizzy, I could beat you all single-handed. Attention, attention, all passengers on deck. In half an hour, Hyperion will be landing on schedule at former Shiksa headquarters in Colostan, near Vienna. All passengers, please take your seats in the cabin. Time went by so fast. Principal, let's split up and do an inspection on deck. People didn't pay attention to the announcement. Someone might get hurt on landing. And there's no way of knowing what kind of welcome we get from Shiksa. That's true. Let's gather everyone together and proceed with caution. If necessary, just stand there and probably doctors and I can make contact with the welcoming party. The others don't need to reveal that they are here yet. Is that to protect Kiana? Yeah, after all, so many things in the past have shown us that in a way Grandpa cares more about her than anyone else in the world, and not the rest of us. Yeah, I don't think he needs her anymore, really, since he has the second divine key, which allows him to teleport. But yeah, we have only finished 19% of chapter 26, so let's get started. Hyperion start point, and where's the mission? Yeah, go to map. Oh, down there, okay. Then, or can I teleport right to it? Go to map, yes. And I want to have the Herrscher Flamenco. Yeah, Herrscher Thunder, even if it doesn't make much sense, but no, her is better. And this one with yeah, I think like that would be the best way, since with that we have a from everything one physical, one bio, and one mech, and all the makes it easier. And the map. What? Understand. The previous Schicksal headquarters. I'm back. Story recap. In conclusion, I, Otto Apocalypse, hereby step down from my position as Schicksal Overseer and resign from the organization, effective immediately. My successor, Far East Branch Commander Theresa Apocalypse, will take over the Overseer position, and I will have authority over the Schicksal organization. Taking his statement literally, Otto has in fact resigned from his position as Schicksal Overseer. They have also announced that they determined the location of the Herrscher of Dominance core. They want us to go retrieve it in person. Yeah, okay. Yes. I like this form. With this little thing floating around her. And I don't think Kiara don't have a very good relationship right now. You and I, Captain of the Mortar Blades, in service of Otto Apocalypse, hereby welcome Theresa Apocalypse of the Far East Branch. No need for formalities, Dundal. As you are probably aware, the situation is quite complex, so I'll get straight to the point. What are the plans for the end of the Overseer position, and are there any clues about the location of the Herrscher core? Overseer said he's busy with matters related to his resignation, ordered me to assist you all with investigating areas that are affected by the Herrscher of Dominance core. And with help from the ruins of the Theater of Domination and the second divine key, Cosmic Juggernaut, Overseer once linked to the imaginary tree. He speculates that it may have been those actions that caused this area to be affected by the Herrscher core. After all, after the Rimura labs were destroyed by World Serpent, some accessories of Cosmic Juggernaut were shipped here to the old headquarters. Slow down. What did you just say? Otto used the ruins of the Theater of Domination? When did he do that? 1 month ago. The Herrscher of Dominance was defeated long before that, and the entropy has no way of entering the Theater of Domination, much less make use of it. Perhaps Overseer can answer these questions himself, but I'm unable to contact him at the moment. This situation is indeed embarrassing, but this has always been the way he's done his work. It's not your fault. Grandpa has always avoided responsibility like this, especially when he's plotting something. Perhaps, but it was with his assistance that I was able to reconnect the bubble universe I was protecting to the imaginary tree. I am grateful to him for this. Reconnecting the bubble universe to the imaginary tree, that's an impossible task. But at the moment we have no way of knowing Otto's real purpose for doing this. Even though we can clearly infer that he used Miss Dundal to do it. Miss Dundal, when you said that traces of the Herrscher core appeared around the former headquarters, what did you mean by that? I was literally referring to space-time anomalies. Overseer believes these anomalies are likely related to an out-of-control Herrscher core. And given that the unaccounted for Herrscher of Dominance core is naturally our prime suspect. That's plausible, but it depends on what kind of space-time anomalies you are referring to. More investigation is needed to note specifically. But it seems that space-time data from a historical era is being projected into the space-time we inhabit. Oh, historical space-time data is being projected into our current space-time. Huh? Hold on, you're talking about space-time projection? Haven't you done research on that before, Muppet? Do you know what you're saying, Schicksal Eswin Gregory? You should refer to me as Dr. Einstein in front of others, Dr. Tesla. But Miss Donda, Dr. Tessa does have a reason to be upset. In our reality, bending space-time requires an incredible amount of mass or energy, and space-time projection requires even more. Generally speaking, only one on the other side of a singularity, such as in the sea of Granda or imaginary tree, can such a thing happen naturally. In other words, outside of extremely unusual circumstances, such a phenomenon would not occur on Earth. But if what you're saying is true, Miss Donda, then unfortunate conclusion is that this space will soon face an imaginary dimension bleed like the one in Nagasawa City. Imaginary dimension bleed? That's when our real world becomes corrupted by singularities, faces assimilation into imaginary space. But unlike in Nagasawa, Schicksal hasn't detected singularities here. Could that really happen? Very simple. If that singularity turns out to be the out-of-control Herrscher core, it might have ended up within imaginary space. If so, our current situation may be the result of reaching a delicate balance, much like the apparent stability in Nagasawa City a few years ago. If that balance is broken, the situation could quickly erupt into chaos. Why am I going along with Otto's story? I haven't seen any actual evidence. In any case, if the space-time protection is real, then Otto has really made our lives difficult. Just like the second eruption. Although this is a serious concern for all of us, let's make use of the time we have. Shall we explore the areas with anomalies together? For both Schicksal and entropy, stopping Honkai is our ultimate responsibility. True. But as I'm sure you understand, because of the Overseer, there are some unavoidable difficulties when it comes to deploying troops. How about this, Donda? You and I go analyze the anomalies ourselves. Hey, Theresa, don't you think that's a little risky? It's no problem, even if you consider it giving a hostage to Schicksal. It makes more sense to send me than anyone else on Hyperion. But I see. Considering past events, it's normal that Theresa Senpai would have some apprehensions. Then please let me leave some civilian immortal blade personnel aboard Hyperion to further our cooperation. What do you think? This sounds fair, giving us some of their people as hostages as well. I was inclined to think that Donda was just a puppet of Otto. But she has shown her sincerity, so perhaps we can get something done together. Trust this once. And the entropy has no problem with this arrangement in principle. It's just that Theresa isn't technical staff, so when it comes to gathering intelligence, she might not be the most efficient. So I request that Dr. Tesla accompanies you two during your exploration. If she has basic self-defense skills, there won't be any problems. Yeah, her piloting skills are world class. Hey, you guys came to an agreement that easily, and no one asked for my opinion. What, Dr. Tessa, would you rather stay aboard the Hyperion and take responsibility for contacting Otto if necessary? Huh? Give that job to someone else who wants it. I don't want to hear that scoundrel's voice again. But look, we are the only two technical staff members on Hyperion. Okay, I get it. I'll go with them. Theresa, Donda, let's go. If we don't agree, we'll be lowering ourselves to Muppets level. Good luck, Dr. Tesla. On my right stands the old place of the tree houses. Space-time protection occurs right in the small town at the foot of the mountain. Okay, so that's the old non-essential staff have been withdrawn from the dangerous era. area, and there's no sign that the anomalies are expanding. Maybe Theresa is more familiar with Coloston than I am, but has Dr. Testa have been here before? Why would I come to this place full of corrupt officials? I'm not talking about you two, sorry. It's okay, I understand. Anyway, I continue with the briefing. Based on the results of our preliminary investigation, data from the 15th century is overlapped with space-time here. But seeing is believing, so we have to confirm for ourselves, starting with that square. We use equipment that works in conjunction with the Genius device. Okay. This is the Genius dial where you can equip chips to enhance its capacity. Okay. And yeah. Okay. So we now have more, take less damage. I'm in narrator. I think I could have also just jumped down. Okay. Jumping. You already know that. And Otto. Okay. And puppets. Really seems like something is happening here. This puppets were easy. Fighting as well for energy. The event to charge device at switch space time. Okay. Space time projection. When the data is being projected onto our space-time, we receive fragments of ancient data like this. These fragments can take the form of small physical objects, sounds, or even feelings. You guys can check it out for yourself. Okay, let's see. You feel that your limbs have been tied to something. Your head is spinning and you can only sense that you're lying down. You feel something cold touch your abdomen. You sense that you are bleeding, but you don't feel any pain. The dizziness gets more intense and then suddenly disappears. Okay, so that was a feeling. It feels as if you are running down an alley. You are desperate, but you are unable to make a sound. You feel particular stabbing pains throughout your body, and then the series of sensations vanish. Okay. And now we have enemies here. Interesting. Not that it really matters, since I'm just gonna smash through them anyways. So yeah. Just beat them up. Oh, that was not a comfortable experience. Life in that era must have been tough. But there are so many back-to-backs. It seems this place is way more corrupted than I thought. At least there wasn't anything like a building lifting into the sky or mob of dead people running around. Wait a minute. I configured a program to try to locate the source of the anomalies. The doctor with the twin red ponytails pulled out the security camera from the Titan she drove, and her fingers flew over the keypad. Countless commands rolled across the screen at an equally frantic rate. Finally, an image from the security camera appeared. Okay, it appears to have a regular signal strength disruption. What's in that direction? The Coloston Town Center. For Q Square. Oh, the town square? Okay, let's go take a look. There's a 99.7% chance that we find something useful there. Do you know the significance of 99.7%? That's 3 standard deviations from the mean. We trust your judgment, Dr. Tessa. Okay, okay, I know you vagaries don't like to hear me talk about math. Yeah, I know what you wanted to say, but activate. Okay. I don't know what use that had, but doesn't matter. No, nothing I can do here. And more fighting. Ultimate. Boom. Thankfully it's relatively easy. And 100 more intel points. Miller, where are you? Miller! What the heck is this? What's the problem? Is someone calling for help? Quick, go check. Collect energy. Yeah. I don't think I can have too much energy. Oh, monster. Yeah, I think we need this to defeat it anyway, so I can just attack and smash onto it. Beat it up. And automate. Do it. Intuition fade, 4/4. Automation. Goes ping impact. Okay. Okay, so with that I can destroy something like the stones here. And a kind of Otto. Oh, thank God. I finally found a living person. Can any of you happen to see a girl? She has silver hair in a ponytail, wearing a braided, but a head shorter than me. Grandpa? In the Carliston town center, the three investigators of the space-time anomaly came upon a familiar yet strange figure. Right now they still aren't aware what kind of impact this little disruptance will have on their world in the future. Yeah. Seems like something from the past, more or less. And less like from right now. Okay. Oh, so we have no more energy? Yeah, more. Perfect. Okay. You do more physical damage and more elemental damage. Oh, let me just make sure I understand the situation. You mean the year is currently 2017-80? You are all people from that time and you recognize me? If not, why would I call you Grandpa? But if what you're saying is true, how would I have lived for over 500 years? You gave yourself mechanical prosthetics. Yes, you also used a Trojan program to steal someone else's body. No matter what you say, I don't trust you. Prove that you are really from the 15th century first. The fact that you're here is strange enough. The leaks of space-time data in this area can hardly be compared to a living person like you. That's reason enough to be suspicious, but I also sense the future of me has done lots of things that are unacceptable to you. Not only unacceptable, you... Forget it, if it's really the 15th century, you beating you up would be of no use. It's pointless to worry about the future of a parallel universe. Parallel universe? Makes sense, at least that avoids temporal paradoxes. Yeah, that's basic common sense. Well, now's not the time to chat about such things. Theresa, don't I? What should we do with this guy? Have him return to the 500 years ago? But as you just suggested, Doctor, the man in front of us could be my grandfather acting like someone else. It doesn't look like he's faking it, but if you want to take him aboard the Hyperion to investigate, I wouldn't be opposed to it. The way I see it, our primary objective is still to explore this anomalous space. Oh, you have a point, but I think we should try to eliminate some possibilities in case this guy is a ticking time bomb. Looks like that future me really scared you guys. Did I ask you to keep talking? Do you know what the guy who shares your ugly face has done? Do you need me to list all the things for you? Dr. Tesla, please control yourself. I know Overseer has done many things in the past that upset you, but the situation now is more important than past grievances. It's because things are so chaotic now. I am someone familiar yet strange to you, and you don't know where I came from. It was mysterious to me too. As soon as the battle ended, the battlefield transformed, and the people vanished without a trace. The battlefield? Yes, just now we defeated Shiksa headquarters' main army in this town. We wiped out their honor guards. Wait. You Otto Apocalypse commanded an army that defeated forces of Shiksa headquarters? What time did you come from? Upon hearing this, the man claimed to be Otto, muttered to himself for several seconds. I think it's like this. Our histories are quite similar, right? A major campaign did happen in 1491. And Shiksa overseer Otto didn't commit a rebel army that defeated forces from Shiksa headquarters. My grandfather was the rightful successor to the overseer position, but due to some unfortunate events, his sister and nephew took power. The reign of terror, reign of terror of these two lasted for more than 10 years, till my grandfather overthrew them with the support of the people. If I may be blunt, I can't imagine how someone like that would win popular support, probably through some clever tricks. Indeed, rather than talking about my personal abilities, it's better to say that I was willing to serve as a symbol of the will of the people. The people didn't unite around me, they united around the legend of the Holy Maid. The legend of the Holy Maid? The Maiden of Schicksal. Are you talking about Kalen Kaslana? Of course, I didn't know of any other holy maidens in this world. Kalen, she died because of me. There was a time when I couldn't bear the guilt. I thought I would spend the second half of my life trying to escape myself. At that time I didn't dare to face the world without her. I fled to a small island used as a cemetery by the people of Vienna. I opened a monastery there that cared for orphans. I was in the nobility, so in these dark days I was at least able to do something I wanted. And the ordinary people ruled by Schicksal were fully disillusioned. Their daily life was unbearable. Perhaps it was because the vast majority of people felt trapped that the Holy Maiden became a source of faith. Faith. Yeah, they believed that Kalen was the only Holy Maiden in the world. They believed Kalen's death would atone for the sins of all living beings. They reverted anyone and everything related to the Holy Maiden and resisted the rule of Schicksal with this faith. And you cleverly used him to take the position of overseer for yourself? Well, there's no need to think of it like that. Huh? Looking at you, I think you would definitely do something like that. You've plotted against the inventor who created the Cylon, suppressed Schicksal's most powerful Valkyrie, and assassinated the first Herrscher who was fighting for humanity. You don't know that your stupid plan to stop the first Herrscher's successor and release the second Herrscher resulted in millions of deaths? Calm down, Dr. Tesla. The person standing in front of you is not the only one you are criticizing. Indeed, you and him are not the same. He is a shameless and contemptible man, but you may not be. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have judged you by your appearance, but I hope you understand that to us the man named Otto Apocalypse is known as a lot of things, but a good person is not one of them. No need to apologize. Thank you. Huh? What you've said has allowed me to see myself clearly, future Doctor. There's a hole in my heart that even time cannot heal. The more I pursued the glory of the Holy Maiden, the more darkness and pain I suffered. It's a poison with no antidote. I have done human experiments and killed many supporters. There's a risk that I will fall into an endless darkness. Trying to emulate the Holy Maiden is a kind of suffering, a discipline, a constraint. If I can return to my own world after this encounter, I will give up on my right of inheritance to the overseer position. In this civil war, I made changes to the structure of the new Schicksal, but it would be fine without me. Without me, Schicksal would not only survive, it would be closer to the ideals of the Holy Maiden. So to me, this right of inheritance was just a symbol of my own obsession. Thanks to you, I'm able to see it from a new perspective and reach a completely different conclusion. Your self-reflection is admirable, Otto from another world. It's just that at the moment we are facing some difficult problems, so we don't have time to chat for long. New enemies are showing up on radar again. Prepare for battle. Okay. Let's defeat them. And with an aid. And you can see defeated. Dr. Tesla, would you check if Mr. Otto has any linear spatial anomalies? I thought we had just resolved that. Why do you suddenly think? Oh, I get it. It is possible. Worth a try. What are you guys talking about? Hold on, you understand when the results come out. Stand there and don't move, Mr. Otto. Perhaps this inspection will help you return to your world, to your own world. How did it go? I've already adjusted the parameters. Put on these glasses and take a look. Are these things of puppets? Puppet? Could it be that the incident just now had something to do with the Herrscher of Dominance? If we had known this, then the incident wouldn't have been so unexpected. No wonder we couldn't find that Herrscher core before. It's now entangling innocent people from another dimension. Can our active Schicksal S-Rank Valkyrie take a look at this? It was because of your unique perspective that we were able to find this clue so quickly. Yeah, really seems similar to the puppets things explained in the report. Doctor, if we follow this trail, can't we? It's not that simple. It's possible that our target is not based in the same dimension. But don't worry, thanks to being repeatedly erased by these puppets, and entropy is becoming expert at this game. In short, if we have sufficient data, we can calculate the location of the core and use the power of the Herrscher of the Void to seize it. This way we can solve the problem without space-time anomalies and send Mr. Otto back to his own era. Then what do you need me to do? Walk back and forth. You need to observe the puppet strings from separate locations, with at least 300 meters between them. During this time, I used the new data to increase the precision of the calculations and notify Kiana to begin preparations on the Hyperion. Then Theresa senpai, I will be on guard duty. If anyone works together, we can avoid the problems of splitting up. Yeah, but we need to notify everyone on Hyperion about the situation. I assume Shiksa has no objections? No objections. Sound good. Now about Hyperion. Okay, we understand the situation. Looks like our intel has been confirmed. What intel? Let's let the one who provided the intel explain. Bye. Hi Tesla senpai, do you remember me? I'm Elizabeth McSmith, but my Shiksa colleagues call me Nakamitsu. Wait, who are you? I knew it. You're so busy, of course you wouldn't remember a research assistant who showed up late to an interview. I didn't want to weird you out just now. I'm a big fan, Tesla senpai. The Tunguska event was awesome. Okay. But really, who are you? My full name is now Elizabeth Nakamitsu McSmith. I meant what do you do? I'm currently the head of Shiksa's ST 1504 Nakamitsu Labs senpai. That's where I got my nickname. Okay, why not just say that you're Shiksa's technical staff? So that what were you saying to Elshine before? Just now I used headquarters supercomputers to calculate the unusual multidimensional Honkai energy disruption. In a minute I send you the results. They show that the energy characteristics at the 4 introspection points are very similar to these of the Triad of Domination. They might arise from the same source. This is evidence that Mr. Otto's assertions were accurate. Assertions? What assertions? Didn't Bianca, I mean Miss Donda, tell you already? We've used the Triad of Domination for our experiments before, so it's quite possible that these anomalies could arise from a fragment of the lost Herrscher of Dominance core. This is what Otto said about the matter. I thought you guys had already heard. Alright, don't try to tell us about this. But just now you said the calculations were evidence. Could it be that you don't even know how Otto arrived at this conclusion? As Tesla senpai may already know, Shiksa's ordinary members aren't involved in strategic decisions like that without Mr. Otto's approval. So if we're confused about the reasoning behind the decision, we have to investigate for ourselves to find the truth. Okay, I do understand this. Years ago I did some work for that guy. Getting back on topic, aside from the Honkai energy disruption, did you discover anything more specific? If Tesla senpai wants to collect all the relevant data, I suggest you go to ST 537 Church, St. 1491 Square, and the east end of Kaslana Street. Typical Shiksa, naming everything Saint this and Saint that. It's a tradition. After the Civil War in 1491, some streets and buildings that were named after people had their name changed to commemorate important years. And isn't it even stranger to use names like C Street and 5th Avenue? Okay, you're free to use whatever names you want. It's better than Otto Apocalypse Avenue anyway. Send 547 church, send 1491 square in East Castana Street. These are in the northeastern, western and southern parts of town, respectively. You can go to send 1491 squares first, which is closest to your current location. Then you can head east to send 547 church and visit Caslana Street last. Yeah, sounds like a good road. After we collect data at these locations, we return to the Hyperion and meet up with Kiana. Then we plan how to enter this place where the Herrscher core is located. Hold on, please, madam. Theresa, Kiana has something to say to you herself. Principal, I can understand your desire to protect us. But know that the mortal blades of Shiksa and Miss Nakamitsu helping us everyone wants to end this chaos caused by the House of Dominance soon as possible. So in this situation, as someone who has the strength, the Herrscher of the Void want to do more to help. Please at least let me join the exploration team, Principal. This way we can adapt to the situation more easily, use my power more effectively. Bonya understands how Kiana feels. Perhaps it will be difficult for Bonya to help directly this time, but Kiana can play a role. Principal is still worried, then let me go with Kiana. Bonya and the others can easily guard the Hyperion. We're here to help Dr. Einstein and Bonya. I understand how you feel, just that... If possible, please let Kiana join the expedition, Theresa-senpai. We had the chance to meet before in Ox City in North Africa, and the fact that she beat the Herrscher of Dominance 2 months ago is really impressive. I really hope to establish a better relationship with Miss Kiana. If you know who gives us any trouble, I think we have no trouble dealing with it, but... Miss Gunda won't let anything bad happen to Theresa-senpai. Huh? Since you're smart in every other way, it's a shame that you say some dumb things. Sorry for making fun of you. Mr. Otto ordered you to break the bubble universe you were protecting before. You would have done. To be honest, I wouldn't have complied with the order. Although I am his subordinate, that doesn't mean my life's work is to do what he wants me to do. Look, she's realistic and sincere. Her ideas aren't so different from your own. On top of that, the things she requested from Mr. Otto have finally been resolved. Now she's a much freer Valkyrie. That's enough, Nakamitsu. You can't force others to change their viewpoints for your own reasons. Didn't I already apologize? How about I prepare some sweets for you next time you come to the lab? Anyway, Theresa-senpai, the mortar blades will wholeheartedly assist anti-entropy and exploration. Understood. To increase efficiency, I meet up with Kiana first. Proceed to Street 1491 square to collect data, and then investigate the other 2 locations. If there are no objections, let's get moving. Yeah. But... continue... but we will want to see how far I got. We have 47%. Are we done? And I think next episode we are going to finish chapter 26. Whoa, okay. There are files. Interesting. Yeah. News and a map. Okay. A few rewards that I can collect. And mission report. Yeah, first visit and defeat the boss of 1. Yeah. Also finished. 2 of 47. And like upgrades. Okay. Okay, this one. And this one. There are a lot of things that will be interesting. The further, when we further continue. But yeah. With that, I would say that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, I would be happy about a like, a sub and a comment what you liked, what other things you would like to see. And yeah, I hope I see you in the next video when we hopefully are going to finish chapter 26. And yeah, see you then.